Welcome back to the Tapes Archive podcast, where we release interviews that have never been heard before. In this episode, we have the great singer-songwriter John Prine. At the time of this interview in 1997, Prine was 50 years old and was out on tour with the band Los Lobos. In the interview, Prine talks about his record label, Oh Boy, his Indiana connections, touring, and his yet-to-be-made duet album.
In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize.
As always, we have music critic Mark Allen at the helm conducting the interview. If you'd like to support the show, please like, follow, and subscribe to us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. There, we post other content and information not available on the podcast. If you'd like to read the transcripts for any of our episodes, please head over to our website at thetapesarchive.com. We'll jump into the interview after a quick word from our sponsors. The Tapes Archive is proud to be sponsored by the true crime documentary Dead Man's Line.
You've got 100 armed officers around here trying to get a shot at me. I dared them to shoot me. I didn't go down there to be a buffoon. I went down there for vengeance. And by God, I'll have vengeance.
In 1977, Tony Kuritzis kidnapped a mortgage broker and held him captive for 3 days. For the first time ever, the media was able to cover the event live. To some, Tony was a hero. To others, he was a crazed thug. Dead Man's Line, the true story of Tony Kuritzis.
This award-winning film is available exclusively on Amazon Prime. One last thing before we get to the interview, the Tapes Archive podcast is a proud member of Osiris Media, a global community connecting passionate fans with podcasts and experiences about artists and topics you love. Thanks for tuning in, and now it's time to open the vault.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. Sorry I'm late. We're kind of on a move here. I'm in Edmonton, Alberta Airport.
Well,
I couldn't find a telephone. I've been walking around for about 20 minutes looking for a phone.
Yeah, well, not a problem, but though I was just sitting here thinking, I didn't think this interview was ever going to happen, and now I know it's not.
Oh, really?
And then you call. Yeah. No, it's just that, I not only don't I see many interviews with you, I mean, I can't even remember ever being offered an interview with you, so I was real excited when they said that you were willing to talk. Am I right that you don't do interviews very often?
Yeah, well, I just don't do them unless we got like a new record out or something,
Yeah.
Because I just hardly ever do them because I just don't see much sense in them unless. I guess they always work out good, but I guess I can't really see the reason why until I see the end thing,
Okay, well, I'll try not to make it too miserable for you.
That's all right.
These days, I mean, as much as I hear people raving about your music, as always, people are always talking about you as a businessman and Oh Boy and how great this is. And is Oh Boy a panacea? I mean, is it the perfect thing for you?
It as opposed to working for a major label, it is. I never really had any of the horror stories that the bands and other individual artists have had on a major label. It's not that I had anything like that. That's not why I started Oh Boy. I just come from a working class background, and I couldn't see no reason to work for Warner Brothers. What could they do for me,
Right.
It's like nothing, Except spend my money before I make it. And I just didn't see any sense in it. It didn't make sense to me. You go to, after, all you had to do is go through it twice. I went through it at Atlantic, and then I went through it at Asylum for 3 records. And I knew everybody's, I knew what all the promo men looked like. I knew their faces. They just change suits and change labels, And there's always a guy that's hanging out with you, telling you like he's gonna really tell them what your stuff is about at the label. And then there's another guy that obviously doesn't know you, that has a guy working for him. Like the only thing he does is tell him who you are. And I just couldn't go through it again. Not really. I didn't want it to affect me making music, and I still thought I ought to have a way to get my records out, even though the records weren't the main thing with me. The touring was. I made more friends by going around and playing in a club or something, or concert hall, and the records, just kind of they get out there and they're self-supportive. They end up paying for themselves, and they sell slow and sure like jazz records do.
Yeah, but everybody says when they're talking about you business-wise, they say, well, he gets to keep $5-6 a record compared to the average artist on a major label who might get $1.
Yeah, that's true, but it somehow still doesn't make its way to the bank. We're doing good right now. In particular, is not a good time for the independent labels. A lot of them are getting ready, have fallen or getting ready to, because all kinds of things. Mainly the distributors are getting bought up. And you're doing good if you're supporting yourself with an independent label. Right now, you're doing excellent. And I'm sure there'll be better days and everything, but we're doing all right. We're staying above water and everything's working. We did spend more money on these last couple of records, and they sold more, but we were able to actually get played on radio and stuff.
What are you typically selling now?
Actually, Lost Dogs did around $350, and the missing years was around $420. Now the live record that's out right now is selling slow, but it's good. We can't really tell with a record like that till it's been out for a year.
And the bottom line on this sounds great. You get to keep more of your money. You get your artistic control, and you don't have to answer to the major labels.
That's true.
And are there downsides to this?
Not that I can see. And on top of it, all the stuff on the road, it took a while to catch up. But because of the excitement and the selling the records, this has been a great year on the road. All the places that have gotten better, the dressing rooms get prettier, and the money's just about doubled.
Wow.
So, and that's all, I'm sure, a cumulative thing of what we've been doing over the last 5 years with the 2 records and the constant touring and everything. To tell you the truth, Mark, things could be better.
Good.
I'm having a great time. I got a great home life now, and I'm enjoying the shows, and everything's just fine,
Great. I'm glad to
ready to do. We haven't really announced it yet because we haven't got all the participants, but I'm writing for my next record, and then meanwhile I'm going to do a duets record of me and all girls, and doing cheating songs.
Wow.
And we're getting ready to start on that as early as next month. I just haven't got everybody's yays or nays from the list. The girls are going to do it. The record companies are sometimes a little touchy about duets. So, but that's kind of what I'm working on now. And other than that, I'm going to start Christmas shopping soon.
Oh, this is great. I'm really glad to hear it.
Really good. I just spent 6 weeks with my family in Ireland, and we had a great time. My wife's from there, and saw all the relatives, showed off the babies all over the place.
You've got a son who's less than two, right?
Sons,
okay.
1.5 and 2.5.
Oh, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. One other question about the label, and that is, why do you think more people haven't done what you've done, and would you advise them to do it?
Yeah, I would. I'll tell you, we seemed to do it at the perfect time. It was just, we did this thing in about the mid-'80s is when we started Oh Boy. The reason I say it was a perfect time then is because things are different now. It's even harder. Now, what I tell people to do, if I was going to give any advice at all, is you familiar with Dead Reckoning?
Yes, sure.
Well, I think it's good to, right now I think things are so tough that people need to gang together in order to start something. And it also, it's good for the music, it's good for everything. Put 4 or 5 artists together under an umbrella and go into war that way,
Yeah, I actually, this is your experiences come up in conversations that I've had with John Mellencamp, and I've asked him, why don't you do what John Prine does? And I think it's just, he looks at it and goes, too much work.
Not really. And it's a lot more satisfying, even for the people that do the actual day-to-day work, which is Al and Dan Einstein. You make a little move in an independent thing, and it's a big thing. It's very satisfying to everybody. You know what your odds are, And we've had a whole lot of help with Oh Boy. You see, particularly from the media. Everybody was really behind us 100% right from the get-go when I decided to go independent.
You've got a lot of Indiana connections.
I sure do. I got a guy with me right now from Bloomington, Jason Wilbur, and he came via David Steele, got Jason when David went with Steve Earle, and I got both of them from Larry Crane.
Right.
You know, so I got some Indiana connections.
Yeah.
And then John Mellencamp, I used to go up there around the mid-'80s. I think it was just before I started O'Boy, maybe I just started it. And I'd go up there so John and I could write something and just hang out, you know, and he introduced me to a lot of people around there.
And Larry's not with you now, right? Is that Larry Crane?
No, Larry, matter of fact, Larry's he's kind of abstained from the music business for about a year. He's out with a race car driver.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, I didn't know that. Who is it?
I expect to see him at the show, though.
Yeah.
And if I do see him, I don't know, let's see if I can get him and Ed to come up and play something with.
I mean, you had the role in the Mellencamp movie, too, right? You wrote the song and and stuff. So, yeah, that's weird. Your Indiana connection all over the place. I was reading up some of the things in your press kit, which are kind of interesting, and one of the things you were saying in there was that a guy at the post office said, don't take your retirement pay because you'll be back.
I told that story this morning.
And I wondered, did you take your retirement pay?
Yeah.
You did?
I said, you don't understand. I said, if this doesn't work out, I ain't coming back here.
Right.
Because he asked me what I was going to do, like why I was leaving. And I said, well, I'm going to play the guitar and sing for a living. He looked at me like, you might as well sprout wings, you know? And I said, well, man, don't take your retirement pay. I said, why? He said, you'll be back. I said, no, you don't understand. I said, I ain't coming back here.
Do you ever see that guy again?
No. I imagine he's back there next to the parcel post, you know?
Yeah, he's probably saying, that John Prine, he'll be back. Has your career gone as you expected?
I guess it did. I never had much direction with it. All I ever wanted to do is work things around to pretty much where they're at today, like going out and really enjoying being there and enjoying doing the show and enjoying the crowd and having a personal life that equaled that. That and no bills. Man, I don't think what else I could have, you know? I mean, the cars all look like shit, so I don't want to buy a car. So, I mean, what else do I need?
And I like what you said in the press kit about people have that mistaken impression that you're angry because you never became a huge star.
I'll tell you, I really like playing to about no more than 4,000 or 5,000 and less. Play little halls that only hold 800 and 900. And they're beautiful. You know, they're places that are made for music. You get bigger than that, you're playing in sports centers. You know, they're designed for the acoustics of a basketball instead of a guitar. I don't know. I guess it's a lot of money and everything, but it takes a lot of money to put on a show to keep the guy sitting up in the balcony satisfied. Hopefully, I like to stay right around where the size place that I'm playing.
Yeah, you're playing a 4,000-seater here this time. Is that that's comfortable for you?
Yeah.
You really seem to have retained your kind of like working class roots and attitude and stuff. How did you do that?
Well, I don't know. I just never could buy into the rest of the stuff.
Was it ever tempting?
Not really. No. Just no. Hang on one second.
Sure, good.
I gotta get my ticket here.
Okay. So do we have like two or three more minutes?
You have to pay to get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah, but now you don't have to. With the, go through the express line.
Okay.
Gate 26, Euro set.
All right. Thanks. Sorry.
No, not a problem. You know, I was listening to the live album, which I think sounds really good, and just realizing that a lot of your songs just have really simple messages that speak to people. I mean, that get right to the heart of people's lives. I don't know if you make a conscious effort to write that way, or is that just what comes out?
A lot of times, if a song seems to be saying anything, it usually springs out of me trying to explain something to myself. And I guess I must like things in fairly simple terms. So however long it takes me to break it down to that. Some of the stuff, also the subject matter is not something you want to make a big flowery speech about. You want to kind of cut to the heart of the matter and get it over with. And also, my third answer to that question is I don't know. You know, I mean, I don't know any more about writing today than I did when I picked up a pencil like 25 years ago. It's still, when I'm finished and like writing everything that I got on the shelf right at the time, no idea how to do it. something that just comes and goes.
But it must come naturally, right? I mean,
yeah, it's an interesting way to live your life. You just walk around and think about stuff and stuff that amuses you or interests you or just kind of gets a hold of you, you know, and you go for it. And maybe it comes out in the form of a song. And then when you sing it to people and they react the way you did when you first got this emotion, that's it's an amazing process.
Since you're really happy and things are going really well right now, is it a good time for songwriting?
I'll probably be writing all zippity-doo-da songs. I don't know.
And
it might be time to take I and me out of those songs for a little bit, because you know, I'm much too happy for a suffering songwriter. So I'll probably be writing in a different person.
Yeah. When you're here, are you going to be playing any new songs?
Maybe I'll call it The Guy Next Door, like a series.
Yeah.
That poor guy next door.
Do you have new songs that you're going to be playing this time?
No, I'm just working on stuff right now. Kind of pretty crazy stuff. Usually I wait until I can figure out a reason for writing this stuff, and then I'll finish it and present it.
Yeah, and do you have an electric band with you, right? You're going to play some electric, some acoustic?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We do a couple hours, and we cover all the years pretty good.
And the duets album, can you say who some of the people you're going to be singing with are?
That's why I kind of feel a little premature telling you about it, because I can't really say the people. The only person I can say is Iris DeMint, because we've already set a date. With the other people, they have to talk to the record companies and find out if it's possible and everything. So I got a pretty big list too, because I figure if somebody can't do it for any reason, we'll just keep on moving. But I like singing boy-girl things, and some of them will be cheating songs, some of them just be love songs, because you can't have cheating without love. But I always like interaction in songs, like where the girl sings something and then the boy sings something, then they sing together. So I've been sitting on this for years and years, and I figure I might as well do it now. If I don't do it now, I ain't going to do it.
Is it new material or classic stuff?
It's old classics, like George Jones and Tammy Wynette stuff and Loretta Lynn and Conway Twitty stuff.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Is it all country?
Most of it is.
Yeah.
I might pick one. I got an idea to pick one like Broadway show tune, do a big production on it.
Wow. Any idea what that song might be?
Nope. I'm working on all this as we speak.
Right.
Me and the producer and precious few other people know about it. It's just, but it is getting underway within a month. So we'll be like, I'll have some more information on it probably in a couple of weeks once I get some more people committed to it.
Another Indiana connection that I don't know if you're aware of. There's a 4-woman a cappella group in Bloomington called Vita, and they just recorded a version of Angel from Montgomery on their new album. Yeah, which I hope you get to hear it. I mean, it is just stunning. I mean,
I didn't ask Jason about that. He's from Bloomington.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the song's already been done great, a couple of times, but this is just an unbelievable version of it, I think.
I'll get a hold of one.
Yeah.
They're called Vita?
Vita, V-I-D-A.
Okay.
Yeah. And let me see, just one or two other things I could. One is, for another story I'm working on, I've been asking everybody I interview, if you became the overlord of pop music, what would be the first thing you would change?
Well, let's see. The first thing I would change. I'm trying to make it a positive thing. Oh, man. I give everybody the day off. There's much too music out there. Much music right now.
Yeah.
Take the day off.
Boy, that's true, isn't it?
See you on the golf course.
And you're playing here with Los Lobos. Is that you like that idea? Is that a good
that's going to be great.
Yeah.
I've always loved Los Lobos. They didn't have to tell me too much more about the gig when they said that Los Lobos and us were going to play together.
Yeah, this is like the one show I've been looking forward to all summer.
Oh, great.
Anything else going on with you that you want me to mention?
Nothing I can really think of, and I kind of got to start getting moving because I got to go through immigration and everything.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well go ahead and thank you, and I'll see you I guess I'll see you Saturday.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Mark.
Take care. Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening to the Tapes Archive podcast. Please remember you can always find more information about the show and the individual episodes at our website, thetapesarchive.com. Until next time, the vault is closed.